Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Mike, and I'm here. That is T-Roy. He is also here.
I am here.
What up, T?
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
I am pretty good, actually.
Very good.
Yeah.
What a day.
Not bad.
It's a great day.
It's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I mean, the snow's melting. I love it.
Yeah. Well,
About
not for
damn
long.
time. Yeah, I know. We're going to get hit with the...
Snowpocalypse.
Is that what they're calling it?
Nah, that's what I call it. I'm
Yeah.
sure they will at some point, but
Sure.
I had heard up to 14 inches like the other day.
So that's
and
about-
then when
about like
7 of those. Yep. But then I looked it up again today, and now I saw like 12 to 18, they're saying.
12 to 18. Okay.
Yeah, right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. That's where I'm comfortable. 12 to 18. God, that's going to suck. What day are they saying that? Wednesday, Thursday?
Starts Monday or Wednesday morning till Thursday night.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's going to be
a lot of snow.
a lot of snow.
be a lot
That
of snow.
sucks. Yeah, they just got it in hammered over the weekend in New York and Boston, stuff like that. I saw this one girl living in an apartment or something, first floor, student, and spent the night at her boyfriend's, left her window open,
Oh, jeez.
and fucking 2 feet of snow throughout her whole goddamn apartment.
That'll teach you.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So anyway, enough of that nonsense. A lot going on in the world.
There's your weather update.
Yeah.
Traffic and weather on the
Sure.
twos.
Yeah, on the eights, sports, on the whatever. Yeah. Oh, God, I despised that shit my whole career.
Oh, yeah.
Hated it. The
Hated
time
it.
clock. Oh, Tom Brady making it official.
Yeah.
He gone.
Yeah. It's just weird kind of how that all went down. I mean, I respect his decision, but
Yeah.
it was funny how everybody wanted to hold him to, like, he said he was going to play till he was 45
Yeah.
fucking 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And now he's 44, and they're like, you said
45.
45. That's
Hit
one
it
more
at
year.
50 even. Yeah. No, when you lose that edge to like want to go out and work that hard to do that job, when you lose that, you have to step away.
Yeah.
It's dangerous if you don't.
True,
You know?
very true, yeah. Well, and he had it where he came in the first year, won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And with a new team, new system and everything.
Yeah.
And then this year, they had just a lot of other bullshit going on, the Antonio Brown shenanigans and all that.
Yeah.
The team's not as good as they were. They got bounced out of the playoffs, so it's like, okay, next year, are they going to be better? There we
Yeah.
go. Or are they going to be worse? And you're like, you know what? I don't want to find out.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Well, he
Although I wish he would kind of hung around. In a couple of years, he could have got to 100,000 yards, passing
receiving
yards.
passing yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, most Super Bowl wins in NFL history, 7.
Do you have the seconds of all that? I was looking at when they scrolled that the other day.
Yeah.
Not only how impressive all that is, but when you look at who's in second and what those numbers really are.
Yeah.
How fucking far
I don't have the
in
seconds.
front of everybody else he is
Yeah.
mind-boggling.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVP wins 5, touchdown passes 624, most passing yards in NFL history 84,000 plus, most wins 243, playoff wins 35, Pro Bowl selections 15. No single team has more Super Bowl wins than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Never had a losing season with the Patriots or the Bucs as a starting QB.
Yeah.
In
pretty,
22 years.
Pretty impressive.
I have his statement in full. I'll read you part of it because it's definitely a little lacking
Okay.
in a way.
hear
And you have to know how, like, Tom Brady as a guy is, as a man is. He's very, very calculated, very, like, nothing happens that's not in his control.
Right.
So the statement is what he wanted out there.
Obviously.
I've always believed the sport of football is an all-in proposition. If 100% competitive commitment isn't there, you won't succeed, and success is what I love so much about it. There's a physical, mental, emotional challenge every single day that has allowed me to maximize the highest potential. This is difficult for me to write, but here it goes. I'm not going to make that competitive commitment anymore. I've loved my career. Now it's time to focus on my time, energy, and other things that require my attention. I've done a lot of reflecting the past week, have asked myself difficult questions, and I'm so proud of what we have achieved. My teammates, coaches, fellow competitors, and fans deserve 100% of me, but right now it's best I leave the field and let the next generation of dedicated and committed athletes play. To my Bucks teammates, the past 2 years, I love you guys, and I love going to battle with you. You have dug in so deep to challenge yourself. It's inspired me to wake up and give you my best. I'm always here for you guys and want to see you continue to push yourselves to be your best. I couldn't be happier with what we accomplished. To all the Bucks fans, thank you. I don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect when I arrived here, but your support and embrace have enriched my life and that of my family. Honored to play with you, blah, blah, blah. To the city of Tampa and the entire Tampa, St. Petersburg region, thank you. It's been wonderful to be a resident of such a fun place to live. I want to be invited to our next boat parade. Okay. That's where he threw the trophy famously. To the Glazer family, who own the Bucks. Thank you for taking a chance on me and supporting me. I know I was demanding at times, but you provided everything we needed to win, blah, blah, blah. To Jason Licht, I'm assuming that's the GM.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but
that would
thank
be
you for,
seems like the pecking order.
Right. Thank you for your daily support, friendship, blah, blah, blah. To my head coach, Bruce Arians, thank you for putting up with me. Your firm leadership and guidance were ideal. There's no way we could have had the success without your experience, wisdom, blah, blah, blah. To all the Bucks coaches, my sincere thanks for the hard work and dedication, discipline, blah, blah, blah. To every single Bucks staffer and employee.
To the guy that washed my jock.
To the guy that washed my jock, thank you.
Thanks for the no starch.
Critically important. I was greeted with a smile every day. That means so much to me. Your work is made up of long hours, hard tasks. But please know I see each and every one of you. Thank you so much. To Alex Guerrero, thank you. He's TB12 trainer, Alex Guerrero, the guy. Thank you. I could never have made Sunday without you. It's that simple. You're blah, blah, blah. To Donnie and Steve Dubin, I believe those are his agents. Thank you. You've been with me every step of the way since I left U of M. And before I entered the league, what a journey it's been. I couldn't do it without you. To my parents and entire family, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's really nice. Well thought out. You know, very articulate.
Yeah.
I think he covers pretty much all the bases, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't leave anything out. Was there anything missing, T? If you had to guess.
I mean, to be honest, he is retiring from the Bucks.
Yeah, but still, dude. I mean, to not even mention Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick,
nothing from the
Patriots fans, 20 years there.
Yeah, that's a snub of epic proportions.
That's a ridiculous snub, right?
Yes.
If you're going to go out of your way to have this 900-word essay thanking and blowing everybody in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Every person on the staff.
Yeah.
The guy who washed my jock.
Yeah.
All of it.
Interns in media relations are getting thanked.
Yeah.
And nothing for the Kraft family or fans.
Yeah. I mean, clearly there's something more to it that I wasn't sure when it went down. It seemed like there had to be something going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that ego check, Belichick being the greatest and Brady being the GOAT. And it's, are they one and the same? Can they do it without each other? Well, I mean, Brady proved it. He went out and did it, and Belichick missed the playoffs the next year.
Right.
Made them this year, but still, I mean, they're rebuilding.
Yeah.
But I think that shows that there was something a little more than just competitive spirit of wanting to go out and do it on your own kind of a thing. I think there was some negative shit there.
I think that personally, I think there's more to that Alex Guerrero story.
Yeah, probably.
That's where the first cracks started to present themselves, where Tom had his own training schedule. He had his own guy that he hired, nutritionist. The guy works with him in the off season, works with him all year, might have even lived with him. And other guys started wanting to use that resource, and that's when he opened TB12 and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm getting that right. And there's a lot of doctors, physicians, nurses on an NFL squad that their full-time job is to make sure these 52, 53 players are as healthy as they can be and ready on game day.
Yeah, they're under your care, essentially.
And so Tom Brady was off limits, but there were a few other players that were trickling down that road and starting to take the advice of Alex Guerrero. The doctors are going, we have a responsibility. This guy's doing God knows what with these players. Right. And so they banned him from the building. Tom's guy, they banned him. Belichick personally.
Did he really?
Yes.
I knew that happened. I didn't realize it was Belichick.
Yeah. And so I think that has more to do with this snub. But, I'm
We'll
sure
see.
Tom will say something.
I'm sure he'll come out and say something at some point.
Yeah.
This is probably just his official, but yeah. To not even gloss over it, not even to, and thanks to the,
Yeah.
Even if you just did nothing else, thanked the New England fans.
Yeah.
In that statement somewhere.
And Robert Kraft, I think. I think you could still make your point if you just snub Belichick.
Well, especially if that's exactly what you were doing. Run
Because
same
Kraft is super tight with Brady.
Run straight down that same list to Kraft and Quinn and
Yeah.
all the coaching staff, all the assistant coaches, and just keep Belichick right out of it.
It seems a bit petty. It seems like
It's all said and done, yeah.
you're begging for people to go, wait a minute. It took the Boston Globe about 5 minutes reading that thing before they mentioned it. Their initial headline was, Tom Brady wrote 962 words to announce his retirement. Number of times the Pats are mentioned, 0. And Patriots fans picked up on the omission, and his words immediately got fucking outraged.
Yeah.
That cheating traitor doesn't care a thing about his supporters and has betrayed them again and again. Of course, I'm talking about Tom Brady, who did not even thank Patriot fans in his retirement announcement. If this is all he has to say about retiring, I'd be extremely disappointed in him. Tom Brady is the most calculated athlete in history when it comes to his marketing and personal brand, said one. And he just happens to forget to mention the Patriots organization and their fans. Sad. Tom made absolutely no mention of Patriots or his teammates. Tom Brady not even mentioning one word about the Patriots is the most savage thing he could possibly do. All thanks to 2 years in Tampa. Forget the other 20 in New England. Someone else said, I hope Brady goes in the Hall of Fame as a Buck more than a Patriot. How funny would that be?
That would be hysterical.
That,
You think he gets in?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. He had a good career.
Hear me out.
Okay.
He was suspended for cheating,
Yeah.
and there has been precedent set
Yeah.
for getting into the Hall of Fame if you cheated or even accused of cheating.
Yeah.
That you're sort of blackballed from getting into there.
Yeah.
So a lot of famous examples of this.
Sure.
But,
Thinking Pete Rose?
I'm thinking more of the whole steroid generation too.
Yeah.
All those guys, Bonds.
Hey, he
getting
took a
snubbed
little air out
there.
of a football.
He was. Did Bonds ever get suspended for
Steroids?
steroids?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never even found guilty of taking
Oh,
steroids.
okay. That's more of my point. That
Yeah.
he was actually suspended for cheating.
I think you've got a good point. Maybe we try to go on a rampage to keep Tom Brady out of the hall.
keep that fucking cheater out.
Not to mention, he didn't mention Michigan.
He's,
except for saying, you've been with me since I left the University of Michigan.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you wouldn't be shit without the U of M.
That's right.
After furious backlash,
The
Brady.
Drew Henson battle back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Brady took to his Instagram story a screenshot a message from Robert Kraft, adding the response, "Thank you, at Patriots and Patriot Nation. Beyond grateful and love you all."
Okay.
A little less
Yeah, it's
detail involved with that one.
and it's a here you go. Yeah, Bob. Sorry, I probably should have said something for you and the fans.
Ooh, I want to know more about that story now.
Oh, I'm sure it will come out.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they will. They'll find out more about it
Yeah.
because now nobody's got any reason to keep their mouth shut. Either,
Yeah, true. True.
They wanted to try to keep everything above board, and then they feel like they got snubbed. Well, then maybe they got some shit to say.
Yeah. I wonder what could be so personal.
Well, 20 years is a long time. Hell,
Yeah.
fucking most marriages don't last that long.
Yeah,
you
true.
know? So
True.
it's a long time to get under somebody's skin.
Well, the NFL's got other shit to worry about today.
Do they?
We were just watching. Isn't there a lawsuit that just dropped from Miami's?
Yeah, Brian
Was it
Flores,
Brian Flores. He was Miami's coach.
who was Miami's coach, he
Yeah.
got fired. He was one of the ones that everyone was like, "Why the fuck did you fire that guy?"
Yeah. Didn't he have like a 6-game win streak to end the season or
Finished
something?
strong. Yep, absolutely. He was turning that program around. From everything I understand, he was not Team Tua Tagovailoa, or whatever the fuck.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jesus, come on, that's what I said. Their quarterback, and
I'm not a big Tua guy either.
No, and so
Kinda
he's
on
the head
Brian's team
coach,
there.
and he did not think that he was the guy. He was pushing for making a move to try and get the therapist out of Houston.
Oh yeah,
It's been so long, I can't remember the damn guy's name.
yeah,
Anyway,
Yeah.
and management apparently decided that they were sticking with Tua. That was their top draft pick, and they traded to get him, and that they were going to stand by him.
yeah.
And he was like, "Well, fuck off." And so they parted ways, which was a shame because he seems like he's a good coach.
Yeah.
But he's apparently suing for racism in the
Class action.
a class action suit against teams and the league against racism in the hiring or interviewing process.
Yeah.
But
Which
that-
is a joke to begin with.
Well, it is, but the NFL had put a rule in place years ago that teams had to
Yeah.
interview an African American coach in the process, even if they knew
Minority candidates.
minority candidate.
So-
I
so
think
you
it's,
could-
I think it
'cause-
started out as African American, and I think that they evolved it into minority.
Maybe. Because
think-
Robert Saleh counted last year for the Jets.
Yeah, I think they originally started that way, and then they sort of opened it up. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the
They've expanded it. When the 49ers
you have
lost.
to interview a woman now.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Trans person, I think you do. You have to have a trans on your staff. No, when Robert Saleh left, the Niners were given a compensatory draft pick in the 3rd round.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm
you get
not
a,
sure how-
you
how
get a
the-
3rd round pick if someone poaches your staff
Yeah.
of minority coaches.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that all works. Of what pick it is, how you get it, who it comes from.
They just add it. It's just in the middle of the 3rd round,
another-
something like that. It's just
another pick?
another pick.
Okay.
So however many teams have had this going on, I don't think it comes from anyone. It's not like, if you go get a black coach because it doesn't cost you personally a 3rd round pick.
Right.
That would make you not want to get the
Yeah.
guy.
Yep.
If it came down to 1 or 2, I think I'd rather keep my 3rd round pick.
Right.
So I think it's just a made up pick that you get rewarded with.
Okay.
So I mean, the point being, they really want you to hire black dudes.
Well, they do, and I dislike the point where they force you to do it because it becomes disingenuous. It's sort of like
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe saying that he's absolutely going to pick a woman of color. Well,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Yeah.
But so his issue, what he found out through some emails apparently, was that he interviewed for the Giants job.
Yeah.
And he saw emails from prior to that saying that they had already picked who they were going to do. And so they
Yeah.
just brought him in for the dog and pony show, which is the NFL's fault because they make them do that.
Yeah.
If that's the coach they wanted, I understand they want to increase diversity. But I've said that for years, that they're just taking these handful of qualified black coaches and they're traipsing them around like fucking
Yeah.
whatever.
Dog and pony show.
Dog and pony
Yeah.
show, yeah, whatever. And it's not fair to them.
Yeah.
They're just props, is all it is. They're just
Yeah.
being used. They go around, they interview for every head coaching position out there. Especially when everybody knows that they're not going to be a head coach.
Yeah.
But they have to come in and interview to check the box. It's not fair to them.
Yeah.
That's what problem I've always had with it.
Well,
Not
they could turn it
because-
down, I suppose.
They could, but I mean, you don't know. I guess you don't know what's real, what's not, and you're trying to get a job. You have to go out and interview.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Every black coach just stand up and like, we're not fucking interviewing. You
Yeah.
want me? Hire me. But
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy that, this is the problem with, exactly like you said, former Vice President Joe Biden. I'm hiring a black woman of color. Like, I've got a story in here, like 76% of the country thinks that's bullshit.
yeah, good. It is.
76% of
And
the
not-
country
not of him
wants him
picking-
to pick the most qualified person,
Yeah.
not a guaranteed black woman
Exactly right. Oh, all that was when did he say that?
on the campaign trail.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Really? Were you trying to get the black female vote
Yeah.
on your side?
Exactly.
To make sure you just put that out there? I mean,
And it forever taints that pick. It just does. We talked about it the other day.
Yeah.
It forever makes people go, oh, yeah, the one where 75% of the qualified candidates weren't allowed to interview.
Yeah.
We just, or 80%, 90,
right.
90% of the super qualified people weren't allowed in the meeting. Only you handful of people, women were. And so you're proud of that nomination, really? You didn't rise to the top and beat out the best, to be the most qualified.
No.
In any sense of the way. It's like, and 76% of the country sees through that shit.
yeah. After Biden's meeting or whatever with what was the guy's name that just retired? Byers? No.
Breyer.
Breyer. Yeah, his statement after was, the only thing that I know for sure is that I'm going to pick the absolutely most qualified person for this job. I was like, really? That's the only thing you know, Joe? That's
Yeah.
the only thing you know is that
Yeah.
you're going to pick, whoever you pick is going to be absolutely qualified for this job.
Yeah. And that dude was run out the door, by the way.
I'm sure. Before the midterms, they had to make sure.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to risk not going through the bullshit of not getting someone
there's
confirmed.
What else could you run on? What else are you running on in the midterms if you're a Democratic candidate? I'll wait.
Still not Trump.
Still not Trump.
Still not Trump.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And January 6th.
January 6th, yeah.
Coronavirus bad.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's a great list.
I think that's
It's
it.
a great list.
As far as you get.
Whoopi Goldberg in some shit today.
Oh.
Not really. She's on the right side of the
I was
politics.
going to say, is anything going to stick?
No.
Looks like a pile of shit.
Oh, does she ever? God, she's ghastly, but whatever. ABC News staffers are apparently furious that she hasn't been blown out after she claimed the Holocaust wasn't about race.
What?
Yeah. Some accusing the network of having an anti-Semitic blind spot.
Well, wait a minute. Technically, aren't Jews, isn't that a religion? Is that a race?
I don't know how they define it. It's why it's hard to do these stories, I'll be honest with you.
I think it's more anti-Semitic than it is racist.
Well, that's what
Semantics. We won't get into that.
Yeah. So they've got a ridiculous panel discussion going on about a Tennessee school removing a comic mouse from its curriculum because it contained nudity. She started off saying, personally, I'm shocked because given the story of Mouse, I'm surprised that that's what made you uncomfortable. It's about the Holocaust, the killing of 6 million people, but that didn't bother you. This is white people doing it to white people, so y'all go fight amongst yourselves. But let's be truthful about it. The Holocaust isn't about race. It's not about race. It's not about race. It's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about. Anna Navarro, Joy Behar, and Sarah Hines all argued back. But these are two white groups of people. Are you missing the point? The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about for what it is. It's how people treat each other. Among those who filmed over Goldberg being allowed to stay on the show was Piers Morgan. Sharon Osbourne was fired from The Talk for defending me against a fake charge of racism. Whoopi said on The View yesterday that the Holocaust wasn't about race, which for Jewish people is about as racist a comment as anyone can make.
Yeah.
Bet she doesn't lose her job. Osbourne was fired for defending Morgan against allegations he was racist because he didn't believe everything the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, said.
Yeah. That the whole fucking show should just be blown out. Yeah. Like for real. Like let's just nothing good comes out of that ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Just blow that shit out. You fucking cunts go figure something else out.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Piers Morgan, I remember that now. He was saying, I don't believe her when she and her shitty husband went on Oprah's show.
Yeah.
And said people were asking what color the baby was going to be when it came out when she was pregnant. They were asking what shade.
Yeah.
I don't. And he was like, I don't believe people would personally say that to her.
Right.
Like, but even so, I think that happens in mixed relationships. Like, I wonder if he's going to get your people's hair or my people's hair.
Right.
I wonder what the eye color is going to be like.
Of course, you never know.
Yeah, I mean that seems like legit questions people would ask. Like, well, we're going down a road now.
I mean, listen. If somebody asked her that, is different than people asking her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If it came up in a conversation or somebody had it, like some people have asked me, like, okay, it's not like people are coming up every day, like Megan, can you get a comment on well, how big your baby's dick's going to be? You know what I mean?
How nappy is the hair going to be?
Right? Is he going to be a ginger? Is he a soul stealer? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Here?
What do we got? People are livid at ABC in the news division, as it completely undermines our credibility.
Adorable.
Isn't that hilarious? Absolutely undermines their credibility.
Absolutely. That one right there.
That's
the straw.
What credibility?
Yeah.
So she's come out and on today's show I said the Holocaust is not about race but about man's inhumanity. Man, I should have said it's about both, as Jonathan Greenblatt from the Anti-Defamation League shared. The Holocaust was about the Nazis' sympathetic annihilation of Jewish people who they deemed to be an inferior race. I stand corrected. The Jewish people around the world have always had my support, and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I've caused. Written with my sincerest apologies, Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, so sincere.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to pile on her too bad
Yeah.
because of what I said. That, I mean, I guess it's semantics, whether you're talking about race or religion.
Right.
But, you know, she is right that's that white on white crime, you know, that she's talking about. But, so, to her, racism is strictly a black and white thing.
Right.
So,
Well,
I don't think she was totally off. She clearly wasn't totally right. But I don't think that
The point is, the problem I have with so much of that is she's the first one who wants everyone else blown out and canceled.
Oh, yeah, fuck her.
You know?
Right in the butt. But.
And I'd be happy just going, okay, you learned something you didn't know, which a lot of us don't know much about. You learned something, and then you made a public apology for something hopefully you learned, and let's move on.
Yeah, let's give other people that same olive branch.
Right.
Shall we, Whoopi,
Right.
going forward?
Yeah.
Let's
How
let
about
this
Joe
one-
Rogan for one?
Let's let this one just keep coming back in her face every time she wants to blow somebody out.
No, I mean her encouraging, Ted Danson to wear blackface, like the hardcore mammy, fucking blackface back in the day.
Can you imagine he was hitting that? What the
No.
fuck, Ted?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, in her heyday was never hot.
No.
It was never even attractive.
No.
She wasn't even funny.
No.
I mean, what the fuck, Ted?
Yeah, I've never understood the Whoopi thing.
He had a little bit of the fever, I think, but I still think you could do better than that. Jesus.
Yeah, he's on Cheers at the time. Fuck sakes. Hell yeah, he could do
Yeah,
better than Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, that's Sam Malone.
Hell yeah.
Fucking stud.
Whoopi Cushion would be better than Whoopi Goldberg.
Probably sounds the same when you fart.
Yep.
Okay.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has come out in support of Joe Rogan.
Oh, I thought you meant he came out as gay.
No.
right.
No. He expressed solidarity with Rogan. I wonder if this will get him on the shit list.
Probably.
Rogan, we're talking about it yesterday, posted that video claiming, rebutting the charges that he's spreading misinformation. Great stuff here, brother. Perfectly articulated. The Rock commented, look forward to coming on one day and breaking out the tequila with you.
Was this like an Instagram post, like mid-workout? I can just totally see The Rock doing.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Rogan, really great stuff, man.
I'm with you, bro.
That's exactly how I could see that going down.
All I got out of that statement was, look forward to coming on one day and breaking tequila with you. Yeah. Like that, like.
It's just an
Hey,
invite
dude.
onto the show, right?
Yeah,
Has he not been on there, obviously?
Probably not. Who knows? But this is a quick way to, get headlines.
Yeah.
And also, Joe, I'm here. It's kind of like John Hamm's new Apple commercial.
Yeah, right.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Somebody.
Hello. So other people he's getting support from as well. I'm triple vax, but unless they're standing for hate or calling for violence, banning someone's podcast is too much like burning a book to me. Joe Rogan should talk on his podcast about whatever he damn well pleases, former Democratic presidential candidate Marianne Williamson said.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was wondering where that was coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that I disagree with him sometimes. Enjoy long-form interviews with interesting people that not a lot of people do. I'm suspicious of motives for shutting him up, and am weirded out by how many people desire it. CNN commentator Mary Catherine Ham said.
Wow. See, that stuff's starting to fan out.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Joe Rogan is what he is. We in the media might want to spend more time thinking about why so many people trust him instead of us. New York Times reporter Matthew Rosenberg said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boy,
it's time to look in the mirror,
if
man.
we could get them looking in the mirror a little bit, that would be good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem is that their shit don't stink. Don't matter. I don't think that they're gonna find it in the mirror.
Maybe.
Most of them. Some of them.
Some of them, but if you can just tilt that narrative back to the
You can't look in the mirror when your head's buried up your ass.
That's a good point, T.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna put that on a fortune cookie.
Yeah. Hey, it'd be better than the fortunes they put on there now, like your lucky numbers are. Fuck out of here. Lucky numbers.
Hey, have you ever tried them? How do you know?
No, I haven't.
See, what you could have.
just-
You just think all the lottos you could have won going
Yeah.
out and playing those.
I wasn't going to. Yeah, no.
Can't win if you don't play.
The makers of an award-winning science podcast on Spotify say they're dropping their regular show. amid the Joe Rogan COVID misinformation fight.
Okay.
Wendy Zuckerman and Blythe Terrell, respectively, producer and editor of Science Versus, say they'll now only make shows intended to counter misinformation being spread on Spotify.
Okay, good.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know how that goes for you.
Yeah. Isn't that just means like, okay, so you're just going to do CNN?
Well,
do
hopefully,
ABC?
hey, and maybe they can actually provide some facts, some details to back up what is being said and how it's being done. That's like that's the biggest problem I have with it.
Yeah.
It's just words. Nobody's proving anything.
Yeah.
Like, so maybe Science
I think it's going to be a
Versus.
very short show.
I do too.
Because I don't think there's a ton of misinformation and dangerous rhetoric coming out of that show. Not to mention, he rarely does shows on COVID exclusively.
Right, very true. Very
You know,
true.
he's got
Could be
comic
a
friends
handful.
and stoners in all the time.
Yeah.
He does the MMA podcasts.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
You know-
It just so happens that these are the ones that have made the headlines and ruffled all the feathers.
right.
You know.
2.
Well, Peterson now too. I mean,
Oh, is
that's-
Peterson up there now?
Yep.
Is he getting shit on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that was. I think he just did Peterson.
Yeah, he did. Dropped last week. I listened to.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but
I
was
watched.
catching some shit for that. I think.
I watched some. You know what? I love Jordan Peterson, but he's like he reminds me of who's the black dude physicist, astrophysicist,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Hey,
Like so smart. Give yourself that belt.
I did.
So smart and so over my head on a lot of shit that I just fucking Dreamweaver on him.
Yeah.
I start going down that road like, oh,
And Peterson's
God.
so
Peterson's like
deliberate
that.
the way he taught, way he speaks.
Yeah.
Tyson actually is fairly entertaining and to listen to. You know, he's animated. He's not just very.
Yeah.
Jordan's very monotone, and very subtle, and very with the way he talks, and he doesn't get very worked up, and he says great things, but sometimes it's like listening to him. You know.
It's very wordy.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen the pushback on that yet, but
Yeah.
anyway, back to them. In a letter sent to Spotify, CEO Daniel Ek, published Monday, Terrell and Zuckerman say Rogan's show left listeners with a skewed and inaccurate view of COVID-19 vaccines, adding Spotify has done little to address this. They say in their letter that throughout this pandemic, Spotify had provided Science Versus with the resources we needed to produce accurate content about the coronavirus, but Spotify's support of Rogan has felt like a slap in the face. Until they implement stronger methods to prevent the spread of misinformation, we will no longer be making new Science Versus episodes, except those intended to counteract misinformation being spread on Spotify. And they added that the rules Spotify showed us all what doesn't go far enough. It's not good enough.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this podcast does.
Yeah.
And I'd be interested to see that. I've been clamoring for it, begging for it.
Yeah.
Some evidence to prove that it's false.
Yeah. Seems like an easy thing. And
You would think, clearly.
you know what? Do your podcast. We'll see how much support it gets.
Yeah.
Maybe you can surpass Joe Rogan.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when they start fighting the good fight,
Yeah.
yeah, and the sky's the limit, man.
Yeah. They've got problems. I was reading this article, and it's long. I wanted to read some of it. It's by Glenn Greenwald
Okay.
on Substack.
Yep.
And I would
Independent
encourage
journalist.
Yeah, I would encourage a lot of you to seek it out, and you can read the whole thing. The pressure campaign on Spotify to remove Joe Rogan reveals the religion of liberals, censorship, by Glenn Greenwald. And it's a great breakdown of everything. I'll read some of it to you. If you get bored, just cut me off, T. And we can-
Okay.
American liberals are obsessed with finding ways to say, and I actually sent this to Grabo.
Okay.
I said, tell me where this is bullshit.
Yeah. Read this.
Here's the link. Here's the article. Tell me what the fuck is bullshit about this article. So he was going to read it later and get back to me.
We'll see.
So I'm sure I'll get a 14-page.
He'll come up with something. Yes.
Yeah, he'll find a way to bash Glenn Greenwald, who was the darling of the left a week ago. It's fucking so absurd. Anyway, American liberals are obsessed with finding ways to silence and censor their adversaries. Every week, if not every day, they have new targets they want deplatformed, banned, silenced, and prevented from speaking or being heard. By liberals, I mean the term of self-description used by the dominant wing of the Democrat Party. For years, the preferred censorship tactic was to expand and distort the concept of hate speech to mean views that make us uncomfortable, and then demand that such hateful views be prohibited on that basis. For that reason, it is now common to hear Democrats assert falsely that the First Amendment's guarantee of free speech does not protect hate speech. Their political culture has long inculcated them to believe that they can comfortably silence whatever views they arbitrarily place into this category without being guilty of censorship. Constitutional illiteracy to the side, the hate speech framework for justifying censorship is now insufficient because liberals are eager to silence a much broader range of voices than those they can credibly accuse of being hateful. That is why the newest and most popular censorship framework is to claim that their targets are guilty of spreading misinformation or disinformation. These terms, by design, have no clear, concise meaning, like the term terrorism. It is their elasticity that makes them so useful. When liberals' favorite media outlets from CNN to NBC, New York Times, The Atlantic spend 4 years disseminating one fabricated Russia story after the next, from the Kremlin hacking into Vermont's heating system, Putin's sexual blackmail over Trump, to bounties on the heads of U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan, the Biden email archive being Russian disinformation, and a magical mystery weapon that injures American brains with cricket noises. None of that is disinformation. That requires banishment, nor are false claims that COVID's origins has proven to be zoonotic rather than a lab leak, the vastly overstated claim that vaccines prevent transmission of COVID, or that Julian Assange stole classified documents causing people to die. Corporate outlets beloved by liberals are free to spout serious falsehoods without being deemed guilty of disinformation, and because of that, they do so routinely. Democrats overwhelmingly trust and love the FBI and CIA. Polls show that they overwhelmingly favor censorship of the internet, not only by big tech oligarchs, but also by the state. Leading party politicians have repeatedly subpoenaed social media executives, explicitly threatened them with legal, regulatory reprisals if they do not censor more aggressively, a likely violation of the First Amendment, given decades of case law ruling that state officials are barred from coercing private actors to censor them in ways the Constitution prohibits them from doing it directly. They've used COVID, the pretext of COVID, the insurrection, and Russia to justify their censorship demands. Both Biden and Surgeon General Vivek Murthy have urged Silicon Valley to censor more when asked about Joe Rogan and others for what they call disinformation. Let's see, given the climate prevailing in the American liberal faction, this authoritarianism is anything but surprising for those who convince themselves that they are not battling mere political opponents with a different ideology, but a fascist movement led by a Hitler-like figure bent on imposing totalitarianism. It is virtually inevitable that they will embrace authoritarianism. When a political movement is subsumed by fear, the Orange Hitler will put you in camps and end democracy if he wins again, then it is not only expected but even rational to embrace authoritarian tactics, including censorship, to stave off this existential threat. Fear always breeds authoritarianism, which is why manipulating and stimulating that human instinct is the favorite tactic of these demagogues. A little more. And when it comes to authoritarian tactics, censorship has become the liberals' North Star. Every week brings news of newly banished heretic. Liberals cheered the news last week that Google's YouTube permanently banned Dan Bongino. His permanent ban was imposed for the crime of spreading COVID disinformation. What was his prohibited view that prompted that suspension? He claimed cloth masks don't work to stop the spread of COVID, a view shared by numerous experts, and at least in part by the CDC. When he disobeyed, so they suspended him for 7 days. Yep. And so he opened a new account and posted shit there saying, find me at Rumble. And so for disobeying them, you're not allowed to be on our platform. Yep. They made it a permanent ban.
Okay.
So the only thing liberals hate more than platforms that allow diverse views are people failing to obey rules imposed by corporate authorities. The spear of the attack are corporate media outlets who demonize and try to render radioactive any platforms that follow free speech that allow them to flourish. When Rumble announced that a group of free speech advocates, including myself, former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, former Sanders campaign videographer Matt Orfalea, who we had on the show, and journalist Zaid Jalini we would produce video content for Rumble. The Washington Post immediately published a hit piece relying exclusively on a Google and Facebook aligned so-called disinformation expert to malign Rumble as one of the main platforms for conspiracy communities and far-right communities in the U.S. and around the world, and a place where conspiracies thrive, all caused by Rumble's allowing such videos to remain on the site unmoderated.
Yeah. Well, because they get to say it, and that just makes it so.
Yeah. Let me just read this last part about the emerging campaign, because this is where it gets scary as shit.
Yeah.
The emerging campaign to remove, to pressure Spotify to remove Rogan from its platform is perhaps the most illustrative episode yet of both the dynamics at play and the desperation of liberals to ban anyone off key. It was only a matter of time before this effort really galvanized in earnest. Rogan has simply become too influential, with too large of an influence on young people for the liberal establishment to tolerate. Prior efforts to coerce, cajole, manipulate Rogan to fall into line were abject failures. That was when he had people in Spotify wanting to ban him because they thought he was transphobic because he sided with Chappelle.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had to walk out. Remember that shit?
Yep, right.
And then he had Alex Jones on to just kind of thumb it in their nose the next day. Democrats are not only the dominant political faction in Washington, controlling the White House, both houses of Congress, but liberals in particular are clearly hegemonic culture force in key institutions, media, academia, Hollywood. This is why it is a mistake to assume that we are near the end of their orgy of censorship and deplatforming.
Scary.
It is far more likely that we are much closer to the beginning than the end. The power to silence others is intoxicating. Once you get a taste of its power, they rarely stop on their own. So, yeah, it goes on and on.
Yeah.
You get the point.
The government is only one, like you said, it's only one part of that. I mean, yeah, they have the House, but when you're talking about media and Hollywood and all everything else that in academia and all those other factors involved in that even if you take back the House and the Senate and all that, policy is only going to do so much.
Yeah.
You can only do so much in policy. That makes it easier to get over the hump, but the overall consensus is still going to be there. Some of the irony I found in there was it made me remember how often they referred to Trump as Hitler and as a Nazi.
Yeah.
Like overtly over and over and over.
Yeah, constantly.
You know, and then you got like the Disney chick that gets blown out for making the comparison.
Yeah.
Somehow now it's not okay when you're being called the Nazis, but you were sat there and did it the whole time calling them a Nazi. It's the fucking double standard, the hypocrisy that's just nauseating.
It kills you. It's the hypocrisy. And the next story we have is more on that hypocrisy. And I don't know if part of this is if you're able to do whatever you want and get no media pressure pushback, what's to stop you from doing anything you want? Mm-hmm. Right? Trump was in a fist fight every fucking day of his job.
Yep.
It was a fist fight. The media people were 100% hostile. There was no friendly fire. There was no benefit of the doubt. Period. Full stop. You know,
not like now where they can just not take questions from the reporters on the right. You can just cherry pick what answers you. It's hysterical.
Yeah. Well, the Super Bowl, we said is going to be masked. SoFi Stadium has been a masked place, you know, all season. Nobody's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So, you know, the people putting these things in place are like Governor Newsom, right? Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
And he claims he was very judicious and only took his mask off during the championship game for a photo op with Magic Johnson. Mm-hmm. I was very judicious yesterday, very judicious. You'll see in the photo I did take where Magic was kind enough, generous enough to ask me for a photograph. In my left hand is my mask, and I took a photo the rest of the time I wore it, as we all should. I encourage everyone else to do so. However, there's more photos of him in the stands without his fucking mask on at all, talking to everyone else, shaking hands, hugging.
Very judicious.
Yeah, very judicious.
Very judicious.
Just to take a quick pic and then put it back on.
Yeah.
But if that's not going to get reported anywhere,
no, of course
that any liberal would ever see it, that's probably not even in the news in California. It's illegal to put that in the news in California. So they don't even know. you know, that the one when he went to the French Laundry.
Yeah.
It's like $10,000 a plate or whatever the fuck it is in Napa Valley. Went there maskless with all the fucking doctors who came up with a policy for the rest of California.
Yeah.
All maskless in a round table, indoors. Like, the hypocrisy is so great. I don't know how these guys get, you know, but if there's no pressure.
Yeah, there's no repercussions. There's no,
Yeah.
there's no effect.
So Newsom said he only took his mask off for the picture with Magic Johnson to be gracious. Senator Melissa Melendez commented as she retweeted the photo. Here's Gavin being all gracious again at the game. LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, San Francisco Mayor London Breed also spotted maskless during the game, defying state and local mandates. State mask mandates require Californians to wear masks in all indoor public spaces and workplaces, regardless of vax status. Residents are expected to mask up at all indoor public settings, venues, gatherings, and public and private businesses. Masks are also required at outdoor mega events.
That's good.
So yeah, Garcetti.
What constitutes a mega event?
It's got to be
Coachella and shit, I assume.
monster trucks.
No, I'm thinking like, you know, concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, at what number does it jump from an event to a mega event? Mega.
Coachella.
Yeah.
You get into those big ones. Yeah, and so people are just really pissed off. They see this, just, you know, Leo DiCaprio with it, just a chin diaper, having full conversations with people.
Yeah.
And nobody has a problem with that here. But the problem is, real people are sending their fucking children to school every day for 7 hours, 5 days a week, wearing these ridiculous masks that they know don't do shit. And yet these guys are just flaunting this. So there's cameras everywhere around that stadium. All these people.
And canceling anybody that says any different.
Yeah. Rob Lowe, Jessica Alba, Rebel Wilson, Leonardo DiCaprio, all on camera, just yucking it up, no masks.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone wearing a mask at that damn game, and no one's going to be wearing them in the Super Bowl.
Nope. Probably not.
It's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, good luck trying to throw somebody out of a Super Bowl seat. For
Right.
not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
I was thinking that even
Have
for
a fucking riot on your hands.
I was thinking that even for a championship game, but especially for a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it.
Right?
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
I don't think so. You know, trust matters, especially when it's your money. Mark and Jay at LPL Financial work hard to build a relationship of trust by providing thoughtful, objective guidance and placing your interests first. Invest with knowledgeable financial advisors who are on your side. Call today and tell me you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Ricky Gervais gave a couple interviews.
Okay.
One to the Wall Street Journal, one to the Heat, I believe it's called. And
I like that dude.
yeah,
Big
it's
fan.
great.
Big fan.
You've watched all his stand-ups, right?
I've seen a lot of it, and whether it's all of it or not, I'm not sure. But I've seen
It's
pretty much
great.
most of it.
It's fantastic.
Top notch.
Absolutely. He said nothing should be off limits when it comes to comedy. Adding in a second interview that he now wants to try to get canceled.
You see what it's going to take?
Yeah.
All right, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll work, though, because he's so uncancelable no matter what, just because of who he is.
Well, you would have thought that. I mean, I guess Chappelle isn't actually canceled. They can come after him. I mean, they've come after him, but not actually canceled.
Yeah.
And it's if you're doing it, if you preface it, it's fucking genius. Really,
Yeah, kind of is.
Smart.
Yeah.
To go at this and go, I'm going to try and get canceled, because now you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Go as hard as you want in the paint.
Yeah.
And then if they cancel you, it'd be like, you fell for that?
Yeah.
Come on.
He says he wants to push his new stand-up comedy show to the absolute limit, saying, I'm treating it like it's my last one ever. It won't be, but I want to put everything into it. I want to try and get canceled.
Outstanding.
No, I just want to go all out there. When asked by the Journal if there was anything he should not joke about, he said, no, there's no subject you shouldn't joke about. Depends on the joke. As a journalist, there's nothing you wouldn't write about. It depends on your angle, right? I think a lot of this pious offense comes from people mistaking the target of the joke with the subject. You can joke about anything, but it depends on what the actual target is. If you use irony and people see that at face value and think you're saying one thing, but you're actually saying the opposite, even the critical thinkers, it's a subject. If it's a subject that's personal to them, they can't see the wood for the trees. They can't see objectively. When about the Golden Globes, the only time I've ever seen the show was when I'm at it. I'm either winning or losing an award or presenting it. They're fun for the industry. First time I hosted, I did 5 times over 10 years. It was palpable. People were going, who does he think he is? How dare he insult the most important people in the world? Over that 10-year period, the world
Get over
changed.
your fucking selves.
It's just,
by the way.
Yeah. By the last time I did it, it was very different. I kept doing my thing, and now people were going, yeah, give it to him. We hate celebrities. We're tired of being told what to do by people with everything. We're tired of being told to recycle when we know they got there in private jets and limos.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I didn't either. Any idea when that's coming out?
I don't know, but they mentioned his new special. So
he's probably working on it now.
yeah. Oh, I hope he. What could he possibly even do?
I've never even seen him like come around. I mean, a lot of the major comedians end up doing stadium tours, kind of. You know, they come around every few years or whatever, especially when they have big specials, things like that. I don't think I've ever seen Gervais come around.
No,
Not that I'm aware of.
he might just write and do a show.
Yeah,
I don't know that he clubs it
maybe
at
not.
all
Maybe not.
and works it out.
Even cooler.
Yeah, it's different,
Yeah.
than most comics. But he was never a stand-up comic.
True.
He was an actor, but it's kind of that one-man show thing. But he's fantastic.
What was that? What was that one where his wife died? That show he was doing. Do you remember the name of that?
Where his wife died?
Yeah, he was like in he worked at the newspaper in England.
Oh,
Remember what the hell
TV
that was called?
show.
Yeah. What was the one before that?
Afterlife?
Are you having a piss?
Oh, yeah.
He's had some great shows, man.
Oh, yeah. They just dropped a new season of that.
Oh, really?
Afterlife, I think.
Afterlife. I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the earlier one was.
He's one of my favorites. He really is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, clearly, the original Office.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah. Can't touch it. Can't touch it. Oh, man. The Lollipop Guild.
Oh, boy.
More and more fucking dwarfs are coming
Yeah?
out. Yeah.
Okay.
They're not happy
I
with
don't-
Pete.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. They're fighting back.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we thought.
They're coming
Yeah.
after him.
Get off your high fucking horse, man.
Yeah.
Let us eat. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know how he doesn't see that. I was trying to do some research today about okay, what are the stereotypes that make you guys lose your shit about dwarves?
Yeah.
And a lot of them are really bent on Dopey.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
because he's a mute,
Uh-huh.
and the name Dopey means dumb.
Yeah. Well, there's stupid people of all sizes.
Right.
Shapes and colors, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's dumb fucking dwarves. Sorry. Hate
Yeah.
to break it to you. Some of you guys are fucking dumb.
yeah.
Period.
Sure. That's
Sorry.
kind of what my angle was too, was oh no, you don't get out of that exclusive category of having dumb people in it. We all have dumb people.
Exactly.
And you think you're going to get a room of 7 people anywhere on planet Earth together and you're not going to have the dumb one in there?
Well, clearly somebody's going to be the dumbest.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, Dopey.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to call him that.
Yep.
So it was okay, and these stereotypes of things we're not able to do. I'm like yeah.
Live in caves.
No. Reach the top shelf.
Oh.
Sorry, little buddy, you can't.
Right?
Just because you fall off the ladder or something and they make a comedic bit. I mean, they're making a fucking show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I'm
crazy.
almost surprised Pete's going to have to come out and walk this thing back a little
You think
bit.
so?
I think so, a little bit. I think he's going to come out. I think
his ego's too big.
it might be.
He's too in his own way.
That's the only thing it is, but
Yeah.
he might have to. Listen, you don't shit where you eat, and you don't piss off your own kind.
Yeah.
So if he wants the fucking dwarf community coming after him,
Yeah.
then then you don't get to speak for him anymore, clearly.
Well, the people that would be offended most would be, it depends. Because if other dwarfs, by and large, think that Pete is right, and only the acting community is like, fuck off, man. What the fuck? You're ending our shit.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Be a good question.
Yeah.
Should ask Brad. Oh yeah, he did an article on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he had his response. I forgot.
Yeah. So we had the guy Dylan Postal yesterday who played Hornswoggle, the leprechaun, in WWE for 10 years and was in the Muppets. He said Disney's decision to rethink the characters could take dream roles away while viewers shared their sadness and fury at Seven Dwarfs being canceled. With what Dinklage said in his comments, he's taking dream roles away that were made and set in stone for seven dwarf actors that dream of being in a Disney film. Bodybuilding dwarf Chun Tan.
Okay.
Yeah, you familiar with that superstar?
No, I'd like to see him though.
Bodybuilding dwarf.
Fucking yoked.
He's a yoked
Fucking
dwarf.
wider than he is tall.
He'd probably yoke up quick. He could probably get shredded in like a week.
Yeah, right.
You know, he is. He was featured in Snow White Productions. I don't know what that is.
Oh, probably like a touring type thing. Like
Oh,
Snow White comes
yeah,
around
yeah,
as like
yeah.
a play type deal, maybe.
Snow White on Ice and shit.
Yeah, I don't think he was ice skating, but I get what you're coming from.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And also appeared on the show. Also shared his displeasure with Dinklage's comments. It can have a knock-on effect to other productions that are scared to employ people who are little and or who have dwarfism and fear of being attacked or derogatory. He added the dwarfs are heroes in Snow White and are not made out to be anything less. Concluding his argument, Postal said, "This is a role made for me in our community. For the first time ever, I can't be Superman or Spider-Man or Captain America. I can be one of the seven dwarfs." I gotta say, that would be hilarious. I'm willing to give it a chance to let you be Superman.
I mean, that's going to be the next. They're going that way.
Well, we got to get a trans Superman first.
Yeah. Well, we already got the gay son.
Yes.
Right? So that's dipping your toe in the water.
Yep.
And then there's going to be a trans superhero with trans man.
Did they transition from the beginning to the end of the movie?
No.
Or has the transition already happened? Is that an origin story, separate movie when they...
Maybe it's like a chick, and then just when they put the costume on, you could just see the cock and balls in their tights. You just know.
Yeah.
Hot chick, Adam's apple, twig and berries. Just, you don't have to say it. You just know it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm sure that'll work. That'd be great. Disney said the film, which is still years from release, will have cultural consultants, just like its live-action remakes of Aladdin and Mulan did. The studio also claims it's been working on reimagining the dwarf characters since the early stages. I don't know what that means either. How do you reimagine dwarf roles?
Well, I mean, I guess of what they're doing and how they're doing it. Like in the original, they're just sort of naive, kind of, I mean, whatever. They're their own little clan out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right?
And this bitch stumbles into their cave dwelling or
something like
cabin.
That. Yeah. They
and crashes.
Yeah.
And they get home and they make a deal with her.
Yeah.
They're like, "Bitch, you're in our crib,
Yeah.
okay? We're these tiny little things." Says, because they have jobs and shit. The dwarves.
Well, yeah. I mean, Doc would be the doctor. Handy would be the
handyman, you would think.
Oh, I thought he was the masseuse.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, he is the masseuse, Handy.
Dopey's the fucking plug. He's the dealer. See, maybe this is how we're reimagining everything.
Yeah, Dopey's the guy that sits in the middle of the room for the bukkake scene.
No, that's Snow White. It's got 7 fucking skeets coming on it.
That'd be one way to reimagine it.
Yeah.
No, and so she's there, and they make a deal. They're like, "Look, bitch, you cook, clean, fucking organize the house, blah, 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 and we'll let you stay here."
Sounds legit.
And so that's another stereotype problem with this movie. They're like, Snow White, they've got her only playing traditional mom roles.
Right.
You stay here, put your apron on, barefoot, cook, clean the house, take care of everything for us, do all the laundry.
Yeah.
All that shit. But that's what she agreed to. She crashed their fucking pad. Those were their terms.
Well, it's not like
they could have said blow us each night.
True.
But they didn't.
Yeah. Well,
They said earn your keep. We're going out and working, earning our keep.
did they?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was their crib.
You don't know exactly. You earn a keep. It's
Yeah.
a broad statement.
Yeah. Maybe Dopey wasn't pulling his weight, but
You don't know. Like I said, I'd like to see this, how they reimagine it. They're going to be like, I don't know, just
regular-sized dwarfs?
Well, they're just going to be, I don't know, like the pimps of the woods. They're just like running shit.
No, I hope they don't wokeify it to the point where Snow White is like
A dude.
business leader, in a pantsuit.
Yeah.
Because they save her, the dwarves are the heroes, and then the prince comes in and
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like a new age one.
Yeah,
She's like some
and-
super powerful exec CEO.
Yeah, Snow White takes
she
Manhattan.
tumbles off the cliff in Bali and ends up in the lair of the.
she's doing skydiving in an executive retreat in Bali. Fucking gets caught on a snag on a branch. They can't find her. She's gone.
Yep.
Till these dwarves find her,
Yep.
who are their own top executives,
Yeah.
all
they're
business suited
Yeah,
out.
they're working in the hills, working to cure cancer.
Yeah, they're just doctors, the smartest dwarves on planet Earth.
Yeah, like Station, the alien for Bill and Ted that like knew everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Station.
Station. Still works.
Always.
Transgender woman.
Okay.
So that was a dude.
All right.
Just getting a little.
That is the differentiation, right? So if you say woman, that wasn't always the case. If you say trans man, that wasn't always the case.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the now, not the.
Well,
That's the after, not the before.
right.
Okay.
So she identifies as a wolf.
Come on, fucking pick one.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
says people often have misconceptions about her spiritual and psychological life as an animal. Nai Okami from Seattle, good spot for this,
Yeah. Right.
identifies as a British Columbian wolf.
Okay. It's not like her spirit animal. This is what she identifies as.
Sort of.
Okay.
She regards herself as an otherkintherian, a subculture who believes their soul is that of an animal rather than a human. She came out as transgender in 2017, so you can see that the balance
Yeah,
is.
this is one uncomfortable bitch.
Yeah.
She's not happy with anything she got going on.
No, he's not.
So he is, well, yeah.
On social media, so she came out on social media in 2017, and then in November 2019, she had to reveal to her followers that she legally changed her gender to female. She insists that despite sometimes barking and howling like a wolf, she is aware that she is physically human and maintains a serious job while spiritually expressing herself as an animal.
Okay.
She explained that by day she works as an online investigator for a nonprofit, but still occasionally wolfs out in the woods to connect with her animal psyche.
It's like Reese from the mental hospital.
Yeah. Yes. Landau's Reese.
Yeah.
It's more a spiritual and psychological identification as a wolf. Like, I'm totally aware I'm human, but by the same token, spiritually, I am a wolf. She discovered she identified as an animal at a young age, revealing she began researching real-life wolves after constantly dream shifting into the animal. She made her first public appearance as a wolf on U.S. television in 2013. I am a British Columbian wolf. Started with dream shifting. That is when I had a dream of myself as a wolf. I could view myself in some of these dreams. I could see myself as an observer.
Can't even be a fucking American wolf.
No.
Fucking ingrate.
Yeah.
Just not happy with anything.
Gray wolf?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
At least North American, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no. British Columbian
Oh,
wolf?
that is British Columbian. Yeah, that's Canada.
Oh, yeah, true.
Sorry, I was thinking British, but yeah.
Yeah, and if she's from
BC.
Seattle.
That's up there.
Yeah.
All right. I retract my statement.
Yeah.
I learned something.
Yeah.
I formally apologize.
No, you heard Columbia.
Yeah. No, I heard British.
British, yeah.
It was,
So she does more looking into actual wolves, real life wolves. The more I look, the more I began to identify in that way. One of the things I do with a nonprofit is investigate trafficking and child predators, and I always make the joke that as the wolf, I'm hunting my prey.
oh, Jesus.
When I'm in private or with my friends, sometimes I will wolf out in the woods.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was in high school, it was a lot more shamelessly expressive. I would vocalize, I would howl. That's how I express myself. Nowadays, it's a little different. I can be a little more open publicly. But if I'm at work or in the grocery store, I'm not going to bark or howl.
Oh, well, we all appreciate that.
Yeah.
If somebody started howling, I think it's a werewolf, and I fucking take him down.
Yeah.
Just get drilled.
Yeah.
I'm not
Wouldn't
taking a
stay-
chance. I'm not taking that chance.
No.
How am I supposed to know for sure that you're a British Columbian wolf and not a fucking werewolf?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know that for
Either
sure?
one would take you down in a heartbeat.
Oh, I could take a BC wolf.
You think so?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking Canadians, they're soft.
Yeah. Yeah. I want more of this. I really do. At this stage, bring it on. I mean, because you don't see a sad, like, in need of some sort of mental health. Like, you've been doing this since high school. As a boy, you must have been identifying as a wolf then.
Yeah.
You transitioned just a few years ago.
Okay.
And you take a look at the video of the guy, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, wolf guy.
Well, on one hand, there is a big part of me that would really love to see how far this shit can go.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
fucking
kinda what I
just
mean.
see it out, write it out, man. Just send it. Let's see.
How dare you look at me like that? I am a water bottle. Do you not understand that? That's how I identify. Oh, I'm being crinkled. Like, why not?
I know.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the girl marry the tree a couple of years ago.
But-
madly in love, and
But the
still married to
vast
that tree.
majority of me wants to throw out my fucking mouth and
Yeah.
just wants this to get over as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So, but there is definitely a part of me that would really wants to see this thing play out.
Yeah.
Just let it go, stoke the fire, fucking encourage it.
Well, when you
Let's go. Let's see how weird we can get.
when you start knocking on one door and going, okay, all right, that's okay. I'm with you. Well, that doesn't just close the door behind you. Then some other fucking asshole steps into that space and goes, oh, yeah?
Yeah, me too.
I'm a wolf. Oh, she can claim to be a fucking woman now?
Yeah.
But I can't claim to be a wolf? And then you're off to transphobia again.
Well, ironically, he's as much as a wolf as she is a dude.
Yeah.
So he is a her, whatever.
Yeah. It's,
Because if it's just how you identify, then you can identify as a wolf.
yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's get to a couple emails.
Okay. Yeah, you promised one from yesterday. A redo.
Yeah.
You better get to it.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I can try to do that from Nick.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it was, but you
I know,
poo-pooed it
I know.
yesterday and promised it today. So
Yeah. Okay.
oh, fuck them. Let them go. Put it in the trash bin. Put it in the Astronum file.
No, it's okay. I'll read
just
it.
kidding.
It could be interesting to some people, but we'll see.
All right. Oh boy.
We'll get there.
Maybe I regret this already.
It's about Neil Young and Spotify and
Okay.
shit like that. Hi, guys.
I saw a funny thing on that, by the way.
What?
That was like people 35 and under are like, who the fuck is Neil Young?
Yeah.
People 35 to 60 are like, Neil Young's still alive? People 60 and over are like, fuck is Spotify.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Right?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm not sure if you were aware, but I think you'd be interested in the story of the trucker convoy in Canada. Began as a grassroots effort to protest the vaccine mandate for border crossing for truck drivers. It has now grown to include all kinds of Canadians and Americans who are tired of the mandates, lockdowns, and government control. They're traveling from all over the country and are protesting at Parliament in Ottawa. Of course, mainstream media in Canada, the National, Toronto Star, et cetera, keep reporting that it's a small fringe minority who are violent, racist, and out to cause problems. It is not true. The organizers of this original campaign are Jewish and Metis, M-E with a squiggly or with a slanting line, T-I-S.
No, I have no idea what that is.
Metis.
Okay.
Okay. They aren't racist. Ha ha. Do some research. It's quite a story. Loving the show as usual. One of your loyal neighbors to the north, Karen.
Karen.
I want to ask Karen how it is to be named Karen nowadays.
I know it's got to be bad,
Right?
Hat's got a friend that's Karen.
Yeah.
and I almost feel weird saying it.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like,
it's got to be tough.
hey, Kay.
Yeah. It can't
It's
be.
got to be awful. It's got to be awful.
Yeah, you're right. I have seen the story.
Yeah, not much. I mean, it's definitely not out and in your face.
No. The problem. This is right up there with these tornadoes, where they want to. The articles want to show you 5,000 pictures of all the damage. The trucker convoy is one of those where it's so long. It's like, just leave me out of it.
Right.
I have enough people bitching at me about doing too much COVID shit to begin with. But I'm behind them 100%.
But it's about the pushback, right?
Yeah,
It's starting to
yeah.
It's starting to mount, and media is saying that it's downplaying it.
Yeah.
And it just follows of our point.
I think This has to do in part with traveling, but like delivering meats and shit like that between Canada and the U.S.
Yeah.
And then having to cross the border, be vaccinated or proof of vaccination, and that comes true. Like they have to be, or they lose their jobs. So these guys are just like, yeah, fuck you, no.
Okay, we'll just shut this trucking thing down. Let's see how you guys handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about supply chain?
Yeah, they've clogged up Parliament around there,
And maybe that's part of it. You're not hearing it. You know,
Yeah.
You're just hearing the generic supply chain excuse. Not why.
This idea too that you can just throw racist and violent,
Yeah, easy. Misinformation.
Yeah.
It's just it.
like really, you're not going to supply anything.
No,
So what? One guy whipped a bottle out of his fucking truck. All of a sudden, it's a violent white supremacist, racist mob.
Because they know if they tell 10 people that, 9 of them will just believe it and move on.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
good enough.
yeah. I support him 100%.
Absolutely.
You know.
If I saw him, you know what I'd do?
Yeah.
Try and get him to honk that horn. Fuck yeah. I
Oh,
would.
you'd get them to honk their horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would do that motion. That's what you did.
Yeah,
You
that's
used
what
to
you
as a
do.
kid,
That
always
was
in
so
time.
fun. Why was that fun as a kid?
I don't know. We're fucking morons.
Yeah,
but
we're just stupid little
we
people.
didn't have anything else but shitty radio and our parents
Yeah.
in the car with us. So what are you going to do?
Those traveling games.
Yeah. I spy something purple.
I spy with my something eye.
I spy with my little eye.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I spy with my pink eye.
Or the
I spy with my brown eye.
or it was the license plate game.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was though.
Yeah, you had to pick like try to get all 50 states.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's
But if you're traveling across country,
well, yeah, I guess.
God, we were bored. Kids would not. Kids today
Yeah.
would not survive a cross country
No,
trip back,
toughen
like
us
back
up.
in the day.
Fucking toughen us
Yeah.
up. That's what that did.
Ed responded to when I said, "No, dude. SoFi is the mask mandate,
Yeah.
and all that." He said, "Oh, gotcha. So your friends are getting over their irrational fears. That's good. I welcome them back to the world." I don't necessarily believe they were irrational fears. I know I get your joke there, but
Yeah, I see what you did there, Ed.
yeah. That was, if you were believing the mainstream narrative, that's how people were living.
Exactly. That's
know?
what they wanted you to believe.
Right.
It was to have that fear,
Yes.
to be fucking scared of your neighbor.
Yeah, totally. Don't go near anyone.
Yeah.
Go in anywhere. Touch anything.
Exactly. Don't trust anyone.
Mike Troy, totally agree with how awful the pregame shows are.
Ah, hey, amen.
The worst part is when the whole has to do a story or interview and it's supposed to be a huge emotional moment. Then they go back to the jocks in the studio who couldn't give a shit. It always falls short.
That's true.
Been really enjoying the shows lately. With love, Bone Joe.
Nothing worse than fucking. You got mossed. Fucking bullshit yelling that goes on with that, man.
You got mossed. It might be the definition of the dumbest fucking bit on TV. It's so bad.
It's not. I will.
They're trying to pump it up and celebrate it like it's some massive thing.
The
taking
problem
over
is
the country.
the problem is it started off fairly small. It was a bit that they did, but now they've tried to make it every week.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, halftime, halfway through the season end, whatever.
Yeah.
Now they're forcing it in there. They're getting backyard games. They're getting chick volleyball. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
shit, okay, dude, you're just struggling to put content out. And promise you, Randy Moss, you ain't that excited about the dude in his backyard that laid out for a fucking catch. So stop yelling at me, please.
Stop the yelling. I know. I know.
Yeah, him and was it Booger? Is it the other guy?
Booger
that's on there?
McFarlane?
Yeah. Oh, just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop, please, man.
There's a lot of yelling and a lot of
yelling.
it's just it's not good.
Nope.
It's not good, and it's
they
getting
think,
worse.
And they think it's good, and they think it's great, and they think it's this special bit.
Yeah.
That they keep promoting and keep doing, and they don't understand that they're diluting the product so bad that it's fucking unwatchable.
Yeah, it is. The amount of is it segments? I want to say.
Yeah, I mean it's a legitimate term.
Well, yeah. The amount of balance that they're trying to put forth with women's college hoops. And then, like, instead of doing like a 4-second clip, like, here's all that happened in the world of women's sports that no one gives a flying fuck about,
Layup.
except their parents.
Layup.
Layup. Great.
3.
Ooh, field hockey, women's field hockey. Great. They're doing like the #1 seed men's team, and it's just like, gorilla dunking on each other, dragging balls across foreheads. And then the next story is like,
just flip flop like
Ooh.
it's
Like-
of the same ilk.
yeah, we're just going down this road. We're just covering basketball.
Yeah,
everyone knows it's the same.
Here's Mary Kate Rottencrotch fucking with a nifty crossover to the left-handed layup.
Slow it down. They have to do the same graphics. Like, look at this fucking Euro step, and she goes for the layup, and you're like, dude, everyone should be on DVR and just fast forwarding through this nonsense that you didn't give a fuck about.
Well, that was
for decades.
That was what was nice when they did put them into segments.
Yeah.
That you could just fast forward through it. All
Yeah.
right, fuck these. Let me go back to the real stuff.
Yeah.
But now they're just sticking them in, alternating between other stuff. You can't get away from it. Forcing you.
Forcing you.
And
if-
making it look like it's the same. Like it's just sports, baby.
Dude, they'll have a top 10 list daily, and you can't not have a woman's hoops thing in there. It's like,
I know.
Look at her bang this fucking 10-foot jumper for the win.
Well,
layup for the win. You're like,
I will
oh, yeah,
say,
this is awesome.
I can appreciate it for what it is. A lot of people can't. I can, because a chick, for whatever their ability is, making a great play in that ability, it equates to a guy making a great play when he's dragging balls across the forehead and fucking ripping down backboards, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not apples to apples, but when you put everything in relation to what it is, I can appreciate a good play. But yeah, they're just getting carried away to act like every fucking crossover layup, you know, is somehow a great fucking
the
play.
top 10 list plays of the day.
Let's not. Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, let's keep everything in perspective, please.
Yeah. Can we just go back to the days when you ignored it completely?
Yeah,
which you did for decades.
A long time, like hockey.
Hockey.
Before you played it.
Soccer. Hockey, soccer did not exist in ESPN. Now they're acting like the champions of these global sports. And women's basketball, no. Unless a chick popped her top on the court and ran around with her titties out, you weren't getting coverage on ESPN. Now, loads of coverage.
Yeah. Let's see the cornhole championship highlights.
Yeah.
On there.
They probably get
They
more
made
viewers.
3 fucking bags in a row.
They don't
to
miss,
win
dude.
it.
They don't miss.
I know, it's
I got
crazy.
stuck watching the cornhole
crazy.
championship on ESPN one day for a little bit. It was just like,
Yeah.
thunk, thunk, thunk. They're money.
Yeah.
They really are.
You don't step. You can't step. It's got to be just arm.
Really?
Yeah. That's it. The extra motion fucks everything up. If you watch, they're just still.
Really? Are you good at the hole?
Oh, I can bang the hole.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Damn right.
Interesting article. Okay, so Nick emailed me. Interesting article how Neil just sold 50% of his catalog less than a month ago to a company that also bought Barry Manilow songs. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Hypnosis Songs Fund Limited bought 50% of the rights to Neil Young's discography, marking the latest in a bonanza of music rights acquisitions after artists cut off from touring because of the pandemic looked to raise cash. Hypnosis, it's spelled weird, Hypgnosis, Hypnosis, announced the purchase of half the copyright and income interest for his 1,180 songs, including Heart of Gold.
He's got 1,180 songs?
Yeah.
God damn.
And 2 of them good.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm surprised about. That's some volume.
Last month, Jimmy Iovine has sold off a bunch of his stuff. Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham, Bob Dylan. Since listing in 2018, the company has raised more than $1.4 billion in equity capital to get big on the value of song royalties. Founder Merck Mercuritis believes hit songs have become an asset class that will generate reliable revenues from consumers who are treating music as essential and signing up to streaming services like Spotify. Hypnosis now owns 10 of the streaming platform's top 30 most played songs. During 2020, Mercuritis scooped up rights to songs by Barry Manilow, Mark Ronson, Wu-Tang Clan's RZA,
Oh,
Blondie, he previously managed Elton John, Guns N' Roses. Hypnosis did not reveal the value of the deal for Neil Young's back catalog.
Like $47, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Mercuratis, who professed himself a lifelong Neil Young fan, acknowledged that getting a financial return on music can raise issues around artist integrity. There will never be a burger of gold, which is a reference to someone apparently hit him up to do a burger commercial to tune Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
Burger of Gold, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. This is where this gets tricky if you want to go down the rabbit hole.
Oh.
Conspiracy. So, Hypnosis buys this catalog.
Yep.
Right. Blackstone officially invests $1 billion in music rights, takes ownership stake in Hypnosis Song Management.
Okay.
Okay, that's a headline from October 12th, 2021.
Okay.
So Blackstone invests $1 billion, takes ownership in Hypnosis.
Okay.
Hypnosis just bought up Barry Manilog's catalog. Neil Young has been in the news quite a lot lately for his stance against Joe Rogan spreading misinformation that can inspire vaccine hesitancy. Turns out the company that owns Neil Young's music, Hypnosis, is partnered with Blackstone, where a former Pfizer chairman and CEO has been appointed as an advisor. Barry Manilow has the same owners doing the same tricks.
Yeah. Okay.
And then these headlines. The Blackstone Life Sciences team of employees, senior advisors, and development company personnel is responsible both in its current capacity and prior experiences for bringing 114 medicines to market in 17 different areas of therapeutics. Pfizer partnership. So that's one. Blackstone announces appointment of Jeffrey B. Kindler, former chairman and CEO of Pfizer, as senior advisor. This is August of 2020, August 4th. Blackstone today announced the appointment of Jeffrey B. Kindler, former chairman and CEO of Pfizer, current CEO of Centrexion Therapeutics, as a senior advisor. So, not breaking down the case or anything, but
When it looks like shit and smells like shit and tastes like shit,
guess
probably
what?
shit.
You're eating shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know how much of that is, those are legit headlines. I researched them a little bit myself. And it just goes, you just go, oh, okay,
Oh, it's a coincidence.
yeah. It's interesting. If nothing more,
Yeah.
people sell out all the time.
That's
but-
true. That is true. But again, there's just all these little signs that keep pointing a certain way.
Yeah,
So,
in the same direction.
yeah, to the left.
I hope that made sense. It was kind of hard to.
It did. Hey, I want to put out one more thing too.
Yeah.
This weekend, J. Chris Newberg.
Yeah.
is coming in town.
I think we're going to do a show. We're going to try to, anyways, here, I think Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll skip a show Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see how this snowpocalypse thing goes
Yeah.
and how this all plays out. But yeah, hopefully we're trying
Bring
to get
him
him in.
Michelle in.
Yeah, because he's at One Night Stands Comedy Club in Waterford this weekend, February 3rd through the 5th. Tickets are still available, but it does not sound like there's too much out there. So if you don't have tickets and you want to come out, come check out
We're
Jay
going to go
Chris.
out.
Yeah, we'll
to
be
one
out
of the shows.
Saturday night.
Saturday night?
Yep. But yeah, don't miss. If you didn't know he's coming, he's coming. The lovely and talented Michelle Dion
Love her.
will also be in town.
Love her.
She could come in without him. That'd be fine too.
Yeah, we don't need to bring him along. Why would you?
We might go out Friday night.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got a little something planned with the Dion.
Really? Attaboy.
Yeah,
Attaboy.
I just want to see her dance.
She's good.
Uh-huh.
You going to make her blueberry pancakes?
Well, damn right.
Hell yeah.
Well, she got to earn them, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit ain't free.
Yeah, you got that right.
No.
All right.
Oh, one night stands comedyclub.com for the record, just in case if you want.
One night.
One night stands comedyclub.com for tickets.
Perfect. And hopefully we'll see you guys there. We will definitely see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll hopefully you'll join us tomorrow.